What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Redemption with Jaden. We're back with more Lackey Grand Prix gameplay. Lackey Grand Prix 21. Did I do those in the right order? I don't know. But we are now on to the next Lackey Grand Prix here after a brief break from the previous one. And if you remember the previous one, I was running the same Joshua Posties Edomites deck. So I guess probably Posties, Joshua, Edomites deck, because Posties definitely were kind of the main focus of that offense. And the deck I eventually got to the name of as Banishing Act, and that all went pretty well. That was fun. I enjoyed playing the same deck, doing the tweaks and everything throughout the games, and some of you left feedback. I'd asked, like, what do you guys want to see from the Lackey Grand Prix? Do we want to switch it up, do kind of more fun things or like different decks each week, or was that kind of fun and interesting or engaging, I guess, to see the same deck kind of be modified and tweaked throughout a Lackey Grand Prix, trying out different versions, different cards. And it seemed like it was kind of a mixed response, which is sort of what I expected. But one of the things that came up, for sure, was like, okay, if I do the same deck, if I do use the same deck throughout a tournament, just really kind of focusing on what those changes are. And I did try to do that kind of with the intros of like, okay, from week to week, I'm not going to talk about the whole deck, but just kind of highlight what the changes were, why I made them, things like that. So that was fun. I'm glad I got to do that for this Lackey Grand Prix, at least for now. I'm starting out with something, or with a deck that I don't think I will be using in any of the future games, because this is really more of a fun deck of just like, how do I take this new card, Prince of the Air, and just kind of utilize it to the extreme, I guess. On Baboony Tim's channel recently, he built some 100 card decks. He's been trying out Prince of the Air and trying to capitalize on Prince. I saw that in the Type 2 game that I played with him, and also in one of his recent videos from some Lackey gameplay that he had against, two different Joes, I guess, and really trying to lean on Prince of the Air and making that the strength of this card just really shine. And I was kind of had some similar ideas, or wanting to do a similar thing, except I'm getting a little goofier with it, I think. Or I'm kind of leaning into it a little bit more, that not only do I want to capitalize on Prince on defense, but I want to make him work with my offense as well. I want Prince to be part of how I'm rescuing lost souls and defending lost souls. So just kind of going all in, trying to see what all we can do with Prince. And I don't think the deck as it is necessarily super competitive. It definitely has some good plays, and if it gets rolling, then it can, those strong plays can really work. But the idea here, I think, was just kind of to put together all of these different things that you can do with Prince, and try to jam as many of them into one deck as possible, so that now if you want to go and use Prince in your own deck, you can maybe pull out some of these things that's like, oh, this would kind of fit in here already. So you're not trying to force everything in there like I am, but just kind of ways that you can utilize Prince of the Air. So this idea kind of started as when I was down at Kentucky State and hanging out with Brian and also with Tim, and we were talking. Brian brought up how Prince of the Air just says you can underdeck up to X cards, which, as we realized within the last few years with cards like Noah, that just says you might shuffle a card, or is there another one too? If a card targets a card, any card targets a card, to underdeck it, shuffle it, put it back into your deck. If you can activate that ability while there is a dominant being played, or the dominant ability is being active, you can target the dominant with that card. The card or the dominant is in play at that point while its ability is resolving. And so he brought up how if you use Murderous Command or also Warrior Overtaken, there are lines that you can do. But if Murderous Command is definitely a little easier and more efficient, I guess. So if you play Murderous Command and you add Prince of the Air to battle somehow during the resolution of Murderous Command, then you can target Murderous Command as one of the cards. So let's just say, for example, Murderous Command, you take Amalekite Slave from your deck, you add it to battle with the add to battle ability. So Murderous Command is still there while the add to battle ability is resolving. It resolves Amalekite Slave's ability, which then can capture to add an evil human from deck to battle. So let's say that evil human is the Judean mediums, then you could then add, or use Judean mediums to ban to Prince of the Air. Murderous Command is still in play at this point because abilities are not done resolving from the add to battle, and so Prince of the Air can target Murderous Command, put it back in your deck. You can also then target Amalekite Slave as a lost soul with Prince of the Air. So depending on how many good brigades your opponent has, you can target Murderous Command, you can target the Amalekite Slave so that you can use it again on the next turn, and then you can also target whatever of your opponent's cards you want. You can target your Judean mediums and Prince to keep them safe or whatever. Really depends on how many good brigades your opponent is using and how many how big that X is going to be. But yeah, it's just a very strong card, and that's just one of the many crazy things we're going to be doing here. In line with that part of the combo, I guess we also have the Egyptian Rebel, another Egyptian that can be added that can get to Prince by banning to Judas, the Betrayer here. So Egyptian Rebel can ban to an anti-human evil character. So we could throw Highwayman in there as well, but then Judas and Prince of the Air, or also Kings of the Earth, as long as you don't play Kings of the Earth as a Roman, which generally in this deck we're going to be wanting to play Kings of the Earth as an Egyptian. So that's another way that can work with Murderous Command. Murderous Command adds Kings of the Earth as an Egyptian, can just ban to a demon right away. So ban to Prince of the Air and get the Murderous Command out of deck and all that. There was a part of that combo that I was a little less that I kind of wanted to use, but just couldn't quite make the space for it, I guess, is where I was going with that. And that's to use Balaam in the deck as well. And maybe that's still good. Maybe it should be in reserve or something, like, Deceiver to Balaam. But basically just to, be able to make sure that you can actually get Murderous Command back every turn, because if you are underdecking it, then you have to shuffle or something, or, play Wages or something to, keep grabbing it back. And then the last kind of way that we can also do this is with Egyptian Magicians. If, let's say, last turn Prince of the Air, you underdeck some cards and then also underdecked Prince of the Air itself, and your deck hasn't been shuffled since then, you can play Murderous Command to take Egyptian Magicians from your reserve, which doesn't shuffle your deck, and then add Egyptian Magicians to battle and reveal the bottom card. Hey, look, it's Prince of the Air. You add it to battle, and voila, there's your triggers. So yeah, that's pretty much everything with Murderous Command there. Doubt is another card that can be nice to be able to recycle with Prince of the Air. So if we play Doubt, add it to battle, you're restricting dominance, negating heroes, tossing multi-brigade enhancements. That's all great stuff. Then you can just play stuff that can ban Prince into battle. So Deteriorating Condition works, Imitating Evil works. Unfortunately, the copy for Imitating Evil does not copy the identifier, which was something that I actually kind of forgot as I was building this deck. So you don't get two Prince of the Air underdeck triggers, or the X is just undefined, I guess, for the copy, but you do get to trigger the first ability twice, which is kind of nice. So Imitating Evil bans to Prince, you get the regular Prince's ability, and then Imitating Evil becomes a generic copy and the ability activates, but the identifier does not, which, well, actually, maybe it does. Maybe I was actually, becomes a generic copy of that demon. So it's not just copying the ability, it becomes a copy of the card. I should double check that. Yep, I'll verify and put it here-ish or somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, I think because it becomes a generic copy of that demon, it's not just copying the ability, it copies the whole card. I think it does copy the identifier. So that's TBD for me, at least. You've found out already. But anyways, both of these work. Deteriorating Condition works by taking Beelzebub from reserve and then banning to Beelzebub, who can then ban to Prince. You could also, if Prince is on the bottom, similar with the Egyptian Magicians thing, you can use Deteriorating Condition to ban a Strong Demon and add Prince to battle that way if you don't have or want to use your gates yet or something like that. So that's just a way to do that. Strong Demon could probably come out of the reserve, but I just thought, I don't know, it'd be kind of fun little synergy with Prince or potential. But yeah, definitely could be something else in that slot. And let's see that. Yeah. So you do Doubt, you play your banding thing, you add Prince to battle, then you can underdeck Doubt and you can use Doubt in other battles. And I think with both Doubt and Murderous Command, like Balaam probably would definitely be worth it. So maybe Balaam just goes in reserve in Strong Demon spot. But yeah, I don't know. Then I get to a lot of humans in reserve with not as many ways to access them. Captive Princes, basically, so it just really taxes Deceiver to where I can only typically use it once, and then I have to figure out how to get the other cards out of my reserve that I want. Otherwise, they're just kind of wasted space. But with a deck like this, I don't know, maybe just the once is fine. You just get whatever one is most suitable for that situation. But yeah, Seven Sons of Skiva, I can't get out with anything other than Deceiver and I guess Crowd's Choice. Captive Princes can come out with like Book of the Law, but and I guess Zion, right? Yeah. With the fortress part, if I ever use that, probably not. But yeah, it's something to consider if I wanted to put whatever card I was just talking about in reserve instead of Strong Demon. Balaam, does he have a discard ability? No, it's just a draw ability on the territory class. Otherwise, you grab him with wages too, which is nice. I guess Lurking is also in here. That could be a good way to get Balaam because then you can grab your Evil Dominant and play it right away. So yeah, that's actually probably good enough. Okay, so that's most of the dominant synergies here. There's actually one more, which is kind of interesting and not quite as good. At first, when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is crazy good. And then I forgot Awesome Things has the pesky limit once per game on it, which means that if you play Awesome Things to play a side battle enhancement on your Meek hero, and then that side battle enhancement, such as Brothers Conflict or Lord Goes Before You, chooses or creates a side battle between your Prince of the Air and whoever else, then you can underdeck Awesome Things at that point. And unfortunately, with the limit once per game, that means you can't use Awesome Things again, but you can use Ride On Victoriously if once you redraw it. So that's, a slight upside, I guess. Another potential way to use this card, or to, use Prince with your dominance and getting more value. So that is pretty much the dominant thing. And then that kind of segues, I guess, into the other thing that we're going to be talking about here with the how to use Prince of the Air for your offense. That's going to be through doing side battles with cards like Brothers Conflict and The Lord Goes Before You, where you begin a side battle, you have Prince of the Air as your side of the side battle. You can pick any other evil character, preferably not the one that they have in battle, to oppose, because then if you underdeck that character, then you're giving them special initiative in that battle. So usually you want to pick one of their ones in territory or one of yours in territory that's not, too detrimental, although most of these are like they have a banding ability or something, so you generally don't want to. You want to pick one of theirs that isn't gonna do much. It's like Foreign Wives, or maybe I guess a Malachite Slave would work because it's only if blocking. But basically, you just want Prince on your side of the battle, and then whoever you left in the main battle, you want to underdeck that character. You want to underdeck Prince generally so that they can't interact with 3 woes or something like that, or whatever other evil enhancements they have to play on the other evil character. So that will leave just the character that they control in the side battle. That means that the side battle then ends because there's only one side represented there. And then you go back to the main battle, and hey, look, there's no more evil character there opposing, and then didn't have a chance to interact with special initiative or anything. And you can also then underdeck the side battle card. So the Lord goes before you. It says after that battle, banish this card and discard those evil characters. If it's not in play to be banished, it will not banish itself or will not be banished. And then it's not a banish to discard those evil characters. It's discard, or it's banish and discard those evil characters. So unless I'm mistaken, that part still does trigger. It's not an optional trigger. So because it's mandatory, it still happens at the end of that battle. So if you choose one of their evil characters to oppose your Prince of the Air, if that evil character stays in play, which it likely will, that evil character will be discarded during that or after that battle is over. And Lord goes before you. You underdeck that. You can grab it back with David's Harp. Make sure that you underdeck your Prince last, and then use Gates of Hell to bring him back out before you use David's Harp or something to shuffle your deck. Because that's kind of the tricky part with this deck, is getting to Prince of the Air and keeping him out. We do have cards like Lawless and Galileans and Dull and Darkness to help out with that. I didn't go the Damascus route. I think there probably is a way I could get it to fit in here. I'm already at 57 cards, as you can probably tell. But I have like a lot of support already and a lot of evil characters, so I wasn't sure that Damascus was necessarily I can go ahead and pull that up, I suppose. Damascus was really a necessary way to go, like getting the site to take an evil character from deck, but I don't know. I don't have enough ways to like bounce my evil characters to to kind of help enable a Damascus later in the game. So I just don't know that it's necessarily worth it. But obviously, the Fortress side can still give you value later in the game if the site side is not. And it is nice with Covenant with David, as Tim pointed out in his Prince of the Air, or I guess recent Prince of the Air video. So, anyways, with all that said, Prince of the Air, you can underdeck your banding stuff, you can underdeck your side battle stuff and reuse it, you can underdeck your dominance and reuse them. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to lean into, just kind of all the different things that Prince of the Air can underdeck, including itself, and to really just take advantage of those. Obviously, the deck is going to struggle against decks where the X on Prince of the Air is not very big. So if it's just a mono brigade or a like 2-brigade offense, like a Joshua offense, or those are often just like clay and gold. Sometimes they've got the white and the red with Rahab and some other stuff in there, but for the most part, the X is going to be 2 on Prince of the Air, so it's going to be kind of tricky to figure out what you can actually underdeck. So it's not necessarily going to work as well in that matchup, which is why I don't necessarily recommend like focusing on this kind of strategy or like building a deck entirely around this. But definitely are some things in here, or there are definitely some things in here that you can utilize in any given deck that is running Prince of the Air. So to, I guess, maybe just touch on the offense a little bit, since my goal was to kind of focus on the side battle stuff, and then, with Prince of the Air, then I basically wanted ways to choose the blocker and to protect my characters, or like to, prevent dominant interaction, because I was pretty much always going to be getting initiative and then playing a non-special initiative giving battle winner with the side battle thing. So that's why I decided, I thought about going like Disciples with Simon, choose the blocker kind of stuff, and then like the whole I am he, and I guess fishing boat will work in there. But I decided to take it a little bit of a different direction and go with the David, like Kings of Judah, Gates of Jerusalem route. Gates of Jerusalem says once per battle, if a king of Judah is defeated, you may add a meek king or evil king of Judah to battle. So because this one doesn't require there to be an evil character in battle to add to battle, then even if your opponent, after you do the side battle thing, if they play their Christian Martyr or they're falling away or whatever, then there doesn't have to be an evil character in battle for you to add to battle. You will remain, it kind of has a similar effect, and probably could fit in here if I wanted to go that direction, but I just didn't feel like I really needed it with Gates and just kind of the other artifacts that I was already running. So I've got a few kings, meat kings that I can add, including David himself. And then David can also go search for stuff and then be able to get good initiative with David's harp as backup to grab some stuff from reserve. And then also Bathsheba, allowing him to choose the blocker. So I've got a couple of ways to choose the blocker to kind of help make sure that I'm going to have initiative here. Bathsheba with David, and then also Snatch Spear on some of these kings. Or, I guess also Azahel could work, but I want to be able to play Lord Goes Before You, so it needs to be used on royalty. So Snatch Spear on, say, like Jotham is pretty good because he's got pretty low numbers on his meek side, so you convert to meek, you can take Lord Goes Before You from reserve, and then Snatch Spear will choose the blocker. You'll be a 9/3, so as long as they have a character with 3 or more attack strength, then you will be able to get initiative to play Lord Goes Before You and do all your dirty deeds with the side battle. So yeah, it was kind of the direction I wanted to go. And then also Prince Jonathan was kind of an interesting fit that I was like, you know what, I think he works in this deck, where you can exchange him with David and then protect David from harm except by cards in battle. So that means that if I do Prince Jonathan to David, convert him to Meek, search for a thing, choose the blocker with converting Bathsheba, then I can play my side battle card, either Brother's Conflict or the Lord Goes Before You, and then David's going to be protected from Christian Martyr falling away, all that jazz. Glory of the Lord is still good. Grapes of Wrath doesn't actually work well against Gates and Prince Jonathan, so that is kind of nice, at least. Actually, does Glory work? I think because Glory would end the battle, then actually, Gates wouldn't work against that. So Prince Jonathan helps against Glory as well, or not, helps against Grapes as well. Glory would be a way to stop this, so you do kind of just have to accept that that's going to happen at some point if your opponent is running Glory of the Lord. So that's just, the way things are. Other than that, we just have some purple cards to or enhancements, mostly to just help get things set up. David's Proclamation is kind of nice because you can add one of your kings or David to battle from your deck, and then it's a battle winner that works on most characters. And I did want to run Obed to have at least one negate neutrals option, and figured David's Proclamation would be a good way to have at least a couple of things that Obed could play if your opponent had like a choose the rescuer or choose the attacker kind of effect. So that is pretty much everything I think worth mentioning about the deck. This is going to be round 1 of Lackey Grand Prix 21, and I got paired up against René, which is pretty cool because he and I we've kind of been ships in the night in the last few Lackey Grand Prix, haven't been paired up against each other. And so we haven't played in a little while, so it was fun to get a game in with him and talk about his deck, what he's been running recently. So he's been working on some Patriarchs builds, and that's the kind of stuff that he's been enjoying for the last year or so, or at least one of the decks that he's been enjoying. So it's glad to get a chance to play him and talk a little bit more about his deck and what he's got going on. So yeah, with all that said, let's take a quick quick opportunity here, I guess, to talk about our sponsors over at Your Turn Games, which I totally had set up and ready to go. I have to apologize a little bit. I don't have my second screen here, so I'm working on one screen for the moment, which is why I'm scrambling a little bit here to get this set up. But here we are. There we go. Your Turn Games. They are a sponsor of this channel, and we're so glad to have them supporting this content, and we're so glad to have them supporting Redemption in general, the community in general, because they are one of the. I mean, the other suppliers are good too, but I've never had an issue with your turn games and getting pretty much anything available that you need as far as redemption products go. So singles and display boxes, packs, and all that jazz. So if you are in need of some cards for the big tournaments coming up, then head on over to Your Turn Games and you can get hooked up with some pre-built decks or just some singles to finish off the decks that you've already got built. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get into the game with René.
So no souls for me.
I got just the one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Rolled a 4. I rolled a 2, so it is up to you.
I guess I will start.
Yep.
No stars for me.
All right, I've got a couple. I'll do Solomon's Dream first. Take a peek at your hand.
Mm-hmm.
See what we're going up against here. Okay. Good old Genesis.
Yeah.
All right. And then there's none. I'll do Virgin Birth. Look at the top 6. I think I will take Kings of the Earth. I'll send Virgin Birth to the bottom, put those ones back on top.
Okay.
And that is those are my stars.
Okay. And then I will go for my turn. Play down artifact. Which version? I guess I will play a Meek Rebecca and would play first sacrifice on her to look at your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Aye. Messenger. Sapphire. Engaging enhancement and other characters. So underdecking anything besides Messenger wouldn't be very helpful, I guess. Since you will get it back then.
Yep, odds are good it would come back.
Yeah. So even underdecking Rose wouldn't do much. And let's underdeck that guy.
All right.
So you have Kings of the Earth and Sapphire. Sapphire negates. Thinking whether I should go for battle or skip that part. Then I guess I will just make it your turn.
All right.
Didn't draw really good opening hand.
Yeah, that'll happen. Let's get a couple lost souls. And let's do just the 1 star. So we'll play a lost soul from your deck.
Okay.
I guess we'll just do the hopper. And then I will use Lawless on myself. Let's take the Deceiver. And Disoriented doesn't really have a great target. I guess we'll just target Rebecca, even though she's meek.
Yep.
All right, then I will go to my prep phase. I'll put down Jehoshaphat as meek. I'll play Solomon's Dream. And not entirely sure what I want here. I think we'll go. I guess I could just do that anyway. Yeah, I think I will take Royal Parade.
Mhm.
And then I will go to battle if that's good with you.
Yep.
All right. Let's do Azahel. Switch exchange with an OT Purple Warrior from my deck, which will be David. Or sorry, not David. He's not purple. Asa. And Asa will draw 2. And that is my rescue.
Okay. I try to work with outsiders. Let's see. You have 2 good brigades.
Yep.
I can underdeck up to 2 cards.
No, it's only if I have more cards in play. Which I think,
Yeah, you're right.
Right now you've got 3.
Yeah.
So.
I have 3, you have 2. Then I can just draw 2.
All
Okay.
right.
My initiative.
Yep.
And let's try to bounce you.
All right. I will play Royal Parade and say I want to bounce you instead.
Okay, then I will interrupt that. Draw 3, and I'm getting bounced since I didn't draw a useful enhancement. Okay, asking for dominant initiative.
Go for it. Yep.
Play that one.
Yep, that's fair. All right, Asa down. Let's do. Put down. Yeah, put down Bathsheba, and I'm gonna put down Kings of the Earth as a Crimson Egyptian.
Interesting combination.
And then I will pass the turn.
Okay. Draw 3, no stars, no stars. Upkeep, there is nothing. Okay, play another face down artifact. And then let's see, play down Priest of Zeus.
Not a fan of that guy.
Okay, let's see, what should we do with that? Let's try to use stocks on your Kings of the Earth.
All right.
You want to voice it?
I'm thinking about it here. I mean, I'll pass on it for now. Just let me know before you go into battle.
Okay. And then I will play my territory class enhancement and let you underdeck an evil card from your hand.
All right. Hmm. Let's do the Highwayman.
Okay. Now I would go for my battle.
All right. Before battle, I think I will ask for dominant initiative.
Yep.
Let's do a play. What was as good or evil here? I think evil. Yeah, evil 3 woes will negate stocks.
Okay. Then I would start my battle.
All right.
Do that. Have it disoriented. I will do it on your Bathsheba, or how do you pronounce her?
Yeah, Bathsheba.
Yeah, and then I go to my deck and exchange the guy for Ape, and Ape will go and grab. And this is 12, 24. So now the question is which one to choose. So basically two options. I will grab this guy, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then that one exchanges to Benjamin, and Benjamin will exchange for. Maybe it's already too late. Issachar, and you can underdeck an evil card in your territory if you want.
Hmm. Let's see. You will be 1623. Huh. I will not underdeck.
Okay, then I go to my deck and grab. Not sure whether this will be even helpful in the end.
Yep.
And play it and hopefully hit something useful. And will underdeck your. I guess that one would be best option.
Yep.
Okay.
Makes sense.
And that's the rescue attempt.
All right. Yeah, I don't think it's worth blowing a second coming for crowd's choice kind of thing there. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna give you the lawless.
And these guys are going back. And I make it your turn.
All right. 3. No stars, no souls. Let's do woes. Keep it on stocks here.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I think I will just go to battle. That's good with you.
Yep.
All right, I'll attack with Azazel again. He came back.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Jotham. I will convert him to meek, take a good card from reserve, which will be do Banner of Love. And I will I will not ban to a meek hero. So that is my attack.
Okay. So, meek Jotham. What do we have for him? I try to go with that guy. And exchange for her and give her to you.
Yep, seems good. Okay, that'll work. And then I think I will pass the turn.
Come again? You're passing turn?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry. Yep. Thanks. Draw 3. No soul, no star. Nothing in upkeep. I will deactivate that. Activate book. Grab a covenant from my reserve. Which one is the better one? I guess that one. Put it on book.
Yep.
And then I would go for my battle.
Yep, good.
Starting with this one. And he will grab. Oh yeah. This guy.
Yep.
Draw 3. Bending to Ape. And he goes for visitors again. Visitors will exchange. Patriarch in deck. You want to underdeck a card?
If they do not, your Genesis enhancement communicated.
Okay.
Yeah, I will underdeck. Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna underdeck Imitating Evil.
And I bend to Judah, and Judah will negate your Kings of the Earth.
Yep.
And Judah will then bend to Benjamin to protect your souls from evil cards, and he exchanges to Issachar. And you may underdeck an evil card in the territory if you want.
Sure. Am I gonna regret that? I don't know. Sure. I'm gonna underdeck your one of Thebes.
Okay, bottom deck. That's the rescue attempt.
All right. So if I do that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try this. Let's block with Amalekite Slave. Capture to you. And I think... exactly done the math here, but I think the way to go is... Yeah, let's try this. I'll do the Highwayman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use his ability to play Gates of Hell from my deck. And then ban to Sapphira. Sapphira will negate enhancements and other characters. So, see, I guess I get your Woman of Thebes back.
At least Judah goes out. Woman goes
Yeah, let's see.
back.
So then, actually, would negate Benjamin as well. So he would come back into battle for Issachar.
Yeah.
And then
So these
Abraham would go back, and the 3 you drew from Eliezer would go back.
3 from Eliezer.
And then I think I also get my Imitating Evil back. Even though the deck has been shuffled, but it's still in the deck. I guess I don't know. Is that considered having moved?
Yeah, 1 you're on the deck with Endurance of Job. And the other one was from Issachar, right?
Well, Issachar was Woman of Thebes. The other one, or the Imitating Evil, I interdecked because of Joseph. Since,
you're right. Yeah.
Since Joseph was negated,
then you would get it back, yes.
Yeah, even though it's not, or since I searched since then, though, or my deck has been shuffled, but I think I still get it
same
back.
Location.
Yeah, because it hasn't moved to a different location. So, all right, so my Imitating Evil is back. All right, and then you have 3 attack here. I'm at 13 toughness, so it is stalemate.
Yeah, I have 20 toughness.
Yeah, I'm at 13. Yep.
And you're negating enhancements and other characters.
Yep.
For the moment, I would pass on initiative.
I too will pass.
Okay, then let's bring them back. Nothing I can play at the moment. Okay, then I pass to you.
All right. Draw my 3. All right, upkeep. Woes is evil. So I think I will. So move it to a Eliezer. Oh. Maybe I'm not as worried about your characters. Let's just move it to book.
Okay.
And then I will go to prep phase. Let's do Book of the Law, and I will bounce. Bounce my Jotham. And then I will go to battle if that's good with you.
Yep.
Jotham coming out. Convert him to Meek. I'm going to take Snatched Spear from my reserve. And I will not band.
Okay.
let's see. I guess I do have a Book of the Law trigger if I want to top deck a good card from reserve. I will not do that.
Okay. I will try to block with Outsiders again, and I'm able to draw 2, I guess. Right?
Okay. And then I get Book of the Law trigger since he blocked from hand. We'll take a good card from deck. I'm going to take. Take Crowd's Choice.
Mhm.
And then it will be your initiative.
Okay. Didn't draw anything useful, unfortunately. I'll give you your slave.
All right. I got one. All right. Now I'm at 10 in hand. So let's do. I think I'll just go ahead and play Son of God to rescue Disoriented.
Mm-hmm.
Turn my Bathsheba back on. And I will play Second Coming to get my Son of God back into hand.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will equip Snatched Spear to Jotham. And I will pass a turn.
Yep. Draw 3. No souls. No stars I want to use. Book is negated. Okay, let's see. I will deactivate book and try again. Stocks to capture your Sapphire.
All right.
Okay. Then I will play Faith on Abraham
Mm-hmm.
and would go for my battle.
Yep. Go for it.
Down with that guy. Draw 3. Some souls. Yeah. Oh, sorry, that got back in deck. Don't know why. Was to discard. Draw replacement. Give you a
You're really good if it
token.
underdecked itself and the evil card.
Yeah, I'm totally okay. Okay, I will do darkness to
Yep.
search my deck. An evil character. Okay, seems I drew them all. Can this be? No. And he will bend to Ape, negating your souls. And Ape goes for visitors. Visitors will exchange for Joseph, so you may choose to underdeck.
I will underdeck. Well, actually, let's see. I will not underdeck.
Okay. And then he will bend to Benjamin. Benjamin goes out for Judah. Judah will negate your kings, and he will bend to, let's see, that one or that one. Ha. Let's try Issachar again, and you may underdeck from territory if you want.
Sure, we'll try underdecking one of Thebes again.
That's the rescue attempt.
All right.
CBN Genesis Enhancements, maybe.
Play first.
Oh, totally forgot my shepherd spot.
Ah, right.
Install that.
Let's try just going with the Deceiver, and I will go to reserve for Foreign Wives.
Yeah, makes sense. Also does not have. So there's no regardless of protection in the Genesis offense. Just thinking whether I want to play something to make maybe some other stuff work. But I will pass on initiative.
I will pass as well.
Okay. I will put down a Philly garrison.
Garrison as an evil character?
No, a fortress.
Okay.
And let's see here. We have still 2 more. That one down. And I will discard this guy, I guess. Okay, make it your turn.
Love for Melchizedek, huh? All right. We'll draw 3. A Grumble and a Prosperity. No stars. Let's do Prosperity first. Well, I don't know. I guess do I want to give you the Priest of Zeus triggers is the question. Don't think I do. So I'm going to pass on both of those. Go to upkeep. Evil woes will negate Judah.
Okay.
And then let's see. Prep phase. Let's put down Zion as a site. Take a hero from deck or discard pile. Let's do deck. And I will go find. Let's do the Angel of the Winds. And I guess I should have done it that way. But, oh well. All right. I will turn over book. Activate David's harp. And take Lord Goes Before You from reserve. Let's do this. I'm going to play an evil Crowd's Choice. And we'll go to deck for Prince of the Air. And yeah, then I think I would like to go to battle.
Okay.
So let's do Angel of the Winds. Exchange to deck for David. I'll convert him to Meek. And let's take ride on victoriously, awesome things. And I will not band. And then I will convert Bathsheba to Meek to choose. I think I would rather just get that out of the way. Well, yeah, I'm going to choose Philistine Armor Bearer to block.
Okay, I can take or equip a black weapon from reserve. Take or equip. I will equip this one. I will discard it to discard your Jotham, Jotham.
Okay.
And then I will exchange. Maybe it was the wrong one. Exchange that one. I will negate. No, will not negate. I will equip a weapon from reserve.
Mm-hmm.
And I will equip that one. And I will try to discard it to discard your David.
Okay, so I get special initiative. Let's do Banner of Love. We'll interrupt the battle. Ban to Bathsheba. And attempt to discard Fikal.
Okay, so my special initiative.
Yep.
I will negate characters in good enhancements CBN.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that kicks Bathsheba back out. And then
Special initiative again.
my spears back to doing that. Hmm. Yeah, I guess I misjudged that a little bit. So David will be discarded.
Yep.
I think, do I still get the David's harp trigger after that? Because my lone musician was blocked.
I guess so.
Hmm. I'm not sure about that, but I think I will probably just pass on it anyway. Let's see, is it 10 together? Do I want to play anything else here? Let's do. What else could you have? Is a question. Sure, we'll try it. I'm gonna play Ride On Victoriously and add my Jehoshaphat to battle.
Mm-hmm.
So he is 10, 12, so does your initiative.
Did you... the meek one is 10, 12, right?
Yep.
And I am 10, 10. I didn't draw anything useful, so Fico dies. But I would use my garrison.
Well, if Feichel dies in battle resolution, then you wouldn't be able to add with garrison.
Okay, yeah, you're right. It's better resolution. Yeah, this I got wrong, unfortunately. Okay, then I can't do anything. Then I can give you that Sapphire.
All right. Okay. Well, I guess I am at 8, so I will pass a turn.
Okay. Um, No stars here that I want to use. I would do stocks again on your foreign wives.
Yep.
Coming here. Don't want to do that. No, I'm keeping like that. Then I would go for my battle, I guess.
All right.
Coming in with that guy again, draw 3. Going to Ape. Will play first, and he will bend to Joseph, asking you whether you want to underdeck.
I will not.
Okay, then he will bend to Benjamin. Yeah. And Benjamin would go out for Issachar, asking you again whether you want to underdeck.
11 cards left in your deck. I will. Yeah, I will far behind on cards. Let's go ahead and underdeck my woes.
Okay, then this is the rescue attempt.
All right. Let's do. I think we just go for this. Block with the Highwayman. I believe you have 4 good brigades. Clay, blue, silver, red.
Yes. Yeah, red, blue, silver, and clay. Yep.
So I will draw 4.
Okay.
Got a Shepherds, which is negated by Abraham.
This time I didn't miss the trigger. I always missed it.
Sure.
Will you bend?
Let's see. Band to an anti-crimson human. Yes, I will ban to the Egyptian rebel, who will ban to your priest of Zeus.
Okay. I will discard your.
Since I control your priest of Zeus now, I don't think you get the trigger still.
Doesn't trigger. But now Faith of Ape triggers, right?
Yep.
Then I will underdeck all of you guys, CBN.
Yep.
All of this guys. And draw 3.
Okay. And then let's see here. I'm going to ask for dominant initiative.
Yep.
I will play doubt to a character, and I will add it to battle. So that will negate Eliezer and Joseph and Issachar. So my 3 woes will come back.
For Joseph, Benjamin comes back.
And yeah, I think that's all
So I have
that happens.
8 strength, right?
Let's see. Yep. And then let's see, did you put back the cards that you drew with Eliezer?
With a laser, I have to see what did I draw for a laser. I think since I drew another one for the enhancements, so I think this was those 3. Okay. So multiplicated enhancements are tossed, right?
Right. Yep.
I will toss, or is it my initiative?
Let's see. Yeah, I think you've got 8 strength.
I
So
don't
yeah,
see
stalemate.
you. Yeah.
So yep, your initiative.
Then I toss this one for 2.
Okay.
So you're at 10.
Yep. And so then it'd be my initiative and stalemate.
Yep.
Let's do. Yeah, I'm gonna play Imitating Evil. I'll ban 2 Prince of the Air and Imitating Evil, or so I guess for the first Prince or the actual Prince of the Air's ability will resolve first here, part of the band. We'll draw 2 Darkness, and then it'll underdeck up to 4 cards and or Lost Souls. Benjamin is negated, so I'm gonna underdeck. Let's do Philistine Garrison, Benjamin, Joseph, and we'll do Isaac. Underdeck those 4. And then, okay, so then Imitating Evil becomes a generic copy of Prince of the Air. So I will draw 2 again. And underdeck.
It doesn't copy the identifier, or does it?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's how they. Wait. Yeah, I guess that's how it's still ruled, right? Because they didn't or haven't changed that.
Not that I remember that it was changed, but I'm not necessarily up to date.
No, I think you're right. Yeah. Yep. That's something that I was thinking
Okay,
that should have been changed, but has not been. So, yep. I guess I don't get to underdeck with that part, which is unfortunate because I was hoping to underdeck my doubt, but oh well.
Yeah.
Now I have big numbers, and it is your initiative again.
Another token. Let's see. Yeah, I think I have to let them die. Okay, put that fortress out, storehouse, and Jacob. And yeah, we'll make it your turn.
All right. Draw 3. Galileans. I think I will. Yeah, might as well. Use Galileans. I'm going to switch deteriorating condition for Judas. And then flip over David's harp. Another artifact. Oops, I should have moved my woes. Well, going to activate Book of the Law to bounce Bathsheba.
So it was still on Judah then?
Yep, still on Judah, yeah. So put down Obed, get your neutrals, and put down Angel of the Winds, put down Prince Jonathan, and I guess I will go to battle. That's good with you?
Yep. Yep.
I'll attack with Victorious Being. Draw 1, and oops, go to discard for David. We'll convert him to Meek. Go to deck for Gates of Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will not band. Oh, actually, hold on. Band to him. Any Meek hero. She's too big. No, I'm going to ban to my Meek Bathsheba. She's still
Okay.
pretty small.
So asking for dominant initiative.
Yep, go for it.
We'll take that one. Anything that I should use here? I will grab the Dharma Stone. And then I would go for my block. So you're not negating anything at the moment, right?
Correct.
But you still have right awesome.
No, I used that last turn.
Oh, you're right. Did you? Okay. Yeah, it's in your discard. Okay, then I might try this one. Give you that guy. And try to block with her again.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I get my Book of the Law trigger, so I can take a good card from deck. Just take Storehouse, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, my 3 woes wasn't back in there. That would have been nice.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep, that'll work.
You wanted to have it back last time.
Yep.
Couldn't
It's my own doing.
Exactly.
All right, let's put down Gates. Put down Storehouse. Play my territory class card for turn. Let's do Virgin Birth, and I will take Captive Princes from my reserve.
Mm-hmm.
Put that down as new character. Oops, Doubt should be gone. We'll put Put down Judas as an evil character. And I think I'll just play Son of God on your crowds.
Okay.
And I will pass a turn.
Yep. Draw 3. And then, so in upkeep, I will do my storehouse. I'll grab this card. Put down resources again. Play my second coming. Also play Son of God and rescue your Galileans.
Yep.
And
see, I've got about 10 minutes left on the timer. Is that right for you?
yep.
Okay.
And I will play. You have a lot of bending guys. This one doesn't bend. This one does not bend. And still a lot of cards in hand. I will play Solomon's Dream on Rebecca. Okay, and then I would go for my rescue attempt.
All right.
Starting with Abe, bending 2 visitors, going to deck. That was not a good idea, I guess. Joseph asking you whether you want to underdeck from your hand. No, you have storehouse out, so you can't.
Yep.
And he will bend to Benjamin. Benjamin goes out for Issachar, and you can underdeck an evil card in your territory if you want.
Yeah, I will underdeck Prince of the Air.
Okay, let's see. Judas restricts good dominance. Add human with Magic Brigade. Kings of the Earth will banned. And Gates. Gates brings back your prince and can add it to battle. Okay, I will try with these guys for a rescue attempt. Oh, I forgot to activate my book. This was stupid. Okay, misplayed.
Yeah, well, I had Obed out either way, or is negating your neutrals. So.
Yeah, but if I play a Covenant on my book, it's CBN.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because you saw Duel remain in there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have CBN Genesis Enhancements. What is the right sequencing here? Yeah, I think before I block, I would like to play a dominant.
Yep.
I'm going to play. Yeah, I'm going to play Glory of the Lord.
Okay.
Do restrict enhancements. And then I will go to block, if that's good with you.
Yep.
I will block with Judas. So restricting good dominance, and I will not take an artifact or band. This in my initiative.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to trigger Gates of Hell. Discard my bottom card, just Prince. And if there's nothing else after that, then I will discard Gates to add Prince to the battle. I will. Let's see, you've got 5 good brigades now. Or no,
Yep.
still back to 4 because you don't have silver anymore. I will not draw. I will underdeck the 3 heroes in battle and your Philistine outpost.
Yeah, misplayed that. I was thinking to kill your Prince of the Air before battle. Since I was not thinking of your gates, then I thought, okay, I could still do it before you declare blockers or after you declare before you declare blockers, but then with Issachar, you underdecked him.
Right, yeah.
This was a big misplay. Okay, I'm down to 7 and make it your turn.
All right. Draw 3. I got a hopper. And then that's muscles is negated by my Obed.
Oh, yeah, true.
To activate David's harp on David, I will use Book of the Law to bounce my Bathsheba. I guess, what was this, still on Judah? And then I will put down Bathsheba and let's not do that. Okay. Yeah, then I will go to battle, if that's good with you.
Yep.
Okay. I'll attack with Prince Jonathan. Exchange with David in my territory. And protect him from harm except by cards in battle. And then I will use Bathsheba, convert her to Meek to choose Priest of Zeus to block. Then I get a David's harp trigger. I will not draw. So my initiative, stalemate.
Yep.
I will play The Lord Goes Before You. Begin a side battle between 2 evil characters. Let's do side battle between I guess I could have done that. Should have used David's harp to negate your Woman of Thebes and then put her in the side battle. But don't think I want to do that. So let's just do my Prince of the Air against captive princes. And then you have 3 good brigades. So I will draw 2, and I will use Prince of the Air to underdeck. Prince of the Air, Priest of Zeus, and the Lord goes before you.
Okay. Will this then leave Bathsheba in battle or give me special initiative, or what is now the sequence?
So Priest of Zeus is underdecked, and then you could choose to activate Captive Prince's ability. But we're still, I guess, whether or not you activate Captive Prince's ability, the side battle will resolve because there's no character there.
Okay. Adding to battle human of matching brigade would be Crimson. So unfortunately no Crimson human, but enhancement. So she then would return to main battle and get killed by
Captive Princes would return to my territory, I think. Either that or be discarded by the Lord goes before
no, it
you.
will not, right? Since you didn't banish Lord before you. Lord goes before you.
I'm not positive on how that works. It says after that battle, banish this card and discard those evil characters. So since it's not like a cost benefit setup, then I think
So
it might still trigger. But either way, I mean, yeah.
Doesn't change anything. Yeah, then I misplayed it again. I should have killed your Prince of the Air. Then I can give you woman and good game.
Good game. Yeah, killing Prince of the Air. Yeah, would have been. It would have set me back for that. At least that line of attack. I don't know what other enhancements you had. I could have maybe done a couple different things, but yeah.
I had wages to add Hashem, for example.
Oh, sure. Yep. Yeah, I think I would
Or
have had to go in with purple, and I had a couple of battle winners for that. Yeah, I think I definitely should have negated your Woman of Thebes in case there was like a way for. Well, I guess even if you controlled her in the side battle, I think I still had permanent control. So yeah, I guess maybe you wouldn't have been able to give her anyway. But
yeah, there was twice the misplay that I didn't kill your Prince of the Air in time. But
yeah,
not sure whether I would have been able to push through with the other heroes, since your defense is usually working well against this offense, I guess.
yeah, I think well, I was kind of starting to run out, so kind of the I guess I did have wages, so let's see, did I already play? I didn't play a territory class this turn, so I could have done that to get my. Oh no, actually, I guess. So I could have gotten 7 Sons of Skiva with it, but I guess it doesn't actually have a discard ability. It just exchanges. So yeah, I wouldn't have been able to get my prince back, unfortunately. So the idea was to kind of to try to loop my murderous command with Prince of the Air. Because let's see, yeah, there he is in the bottom. So that's why Kings of the Earth was Egyptian. Because if I do murderous command, I can do it with either Malachite Slave or Egyptian Rebel works too. And then also Kings of the Earth to add Kings of the Earth to battle, and then ban to Messenger, Judean Mediums, Prince of the Air. And as long as you have enough cards or enough good brigades, I can underdeck your heroes, then also underdeck Murderous Command. It's still
Yeah, that's
play.
really nice if you can underdeck these dominants that are currently ongoing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of something that I don't think was really intentional with Prince of the Air, but it's kind of
No, I don't think so either.
funny that it works. I was actually really excited when I was building the deck because I thought that, or I guess I realized that if you do awesome things to play a side battle enhancement and then make the side battle with Prince of the Air, you can also underdeck awesome things. But since it has the limit once per game, then you can't keep doing that. But you can get it back. You can underdeck it at least to be able to then play Rhydon victoriously. But
That's true, yeah. So I was a little bit disappointed of my defense, but I did maybe even more misplays I didn't recognize. While in the beginning, I think I got at least several blocks. I also got twice with the Bass, one with Christian Martyr, and I think another one.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, the Christian Martyr, yeah, but then twice with one of the Bez. And then, oh yeah, the Bringing Fear
I,
that almost worked, but I was kind of hoping that you just didn't have another battle winner to be able to play on Call, and seemed like that
no,
paid off well for me. Kind of fortunate, I guess.
yeah, I only have two battle-winning enhancements for the evil guys.
Oh, okay, yeah, they go away and uh, see.
Scattered sheep.
Oh, okay, yeah, that would have been good. Yeah, I was kind of bummed that I didn't have my Gates of Jerusalem until later in the game. That would have
Yeah,
helped with some of those, or at least
and
with the Christian Martyr, and then if you had had another battle winner there.
yeah. Not sure whether I need more battle winners for this defense and maybe for the offense. Since
Hmm.
offense, I tune more to the underdeck with territory class enhancements and also trying to use peace, but I didn't draw peace. I didn't draw my woes, so they are still in the deck.
Oh, sure, yeah, yeah. Peace would have been good. Although I guess against Prince of the Air, I suppose Peace maybe isn't quite as quite as
No,
good.
as long as he is around, not. But for the other guys, it should be working if I can keep you from getting big bands together.
Right? Yeah, yeah. Negating my or stop me from negating your heroes, which you got Sapphira out early for that.
Yeah, Sapphira and Foreign Wives I was able to get rid of, but not Prince. This I misplayed. I should have killed him as soon as I got my angel.
Yeah, yeah. I was kind of wondering about that, and yeah, I didn't have. I think I was thinking that wages could still get 7 cents of Skiva, but otherwise I just have Deceiver and Crowd's Choice that can get him out. So
But this is an interesting build. And do you think that it will also be able to compete with the really fast and hard punching decks like Joshua decks and so on? Or
the
Nativity?
talking about
Or
the deck that I was playing.
yeah, your deck, yeah.
Um, it would definitely have a harder time keeping up. I mean, it kind of depends on if I get the pieces rolling quickly. Like, yeah, I have a few ways to try to get Prince of the Air out quickly, with like Galileans and Dull, Lawless, that kind of thing. Um, and so if I can get him out and get him rolling, then I think that can definitely put in some work against those faster decks. Just because I can, they usually get a lot of brigades out early, and I can start setting them back both on my blocks and then also on my attacks with the side battle stuff. But um, yeah, I think I like in the one turn or the first turn after I got Prince, I got a little too greedy, I guess, and I should have just chosen your Priest of Zeus instead of your Armor Bearer, um, so that I would actually have initiative to play the side battle enhancement. But I wanted to be able to deal with your outpost and adding to battle. So I figured taking out your Philistine would have been better, but yeah, I could have just underdecked it with Prince. So should have done it that way.
Yeah.
But
And I also should have activated my You Will Remain, but I do not have any useful enhancements left. So even if I can add to battle, I would have to check whether they are still in deck some, or at
oh,
least I
sure.
didn't have
Yeah.
one in hand. So adding to battle would not have helped.
Right. Yeah.
There's only
Yeah, I think,
the gate.
and plus in that case, I mean, I guess I could have just used Prince to underdeck your Book of the Covenant instead of
Yeah.
your Philistine outpost.
And but when you play against something like a Joshua Thieves deck, then they usually don't have many brigades. So basically two, and they attack you all the time, hand territory, hand territory.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
then it is
that's definitely the tricky part with this defense is that, like, yeah, if they only have two good brigades, with gold and clay usually for Joshua decks, occasionally
yeah,
they're playing Rahab, and that would help. Get the white and the red in there. But yeah, otherwise, if it's just the two, they can probably play around Prince pretty easily.
yeah.
So
And
it's
why
kind of risky, but
and the yeah.
it was more just a deck that I wanted to try out and see how many Prince of the Air triggers or how much Prince of the Air value I could get.
Yeah, there's I was not clever enough to make it harder for you. So
Well, I appreciate
was
that you didn't use your Angel of the Lord on him right away, because then I wouldn't have been able to use him at all during the game, and that would have just been bad for content. So I think maybe subconsciously you were like, oh, we gotta let him do his thing,
maybe that, yeah.
uh,
Yeah, a really interesting build. Pretty curious what you're going to the nationals with.
Probably not this, but
Yeah,
uh,
I would also not imagine, since
yeah. But I mean,
really,
some of the ideas I think from this defense can definitely make for can fit well into a stronger deck.
yeah,
Maybe the offense wouldn't be quite so dedicated to uh, the side battle stuff, but if you're just like a demon thieves defense, you can pretty easily fit in Egyptian rebel and Kings of the Earth and Judas as like ways to use murderous command and get Prince of the Air into battle. And so I think a more competitive version of this defense would probably look a little more like that, maybe be a little more compact.
yeah, that's true.
But
And also for the offense, then you could pair that with, yeah, nearly any offense.
yeah, yep. Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to go faster, like one of the things I had thought about is like doing a faster clay deck and then just use, Simon the Zealous as my choose the blocker hero, and then Faith of Gideon as my side battle card. But
Yeah,
I was thinking that actually, if that was kind of the main way that I was going to try to win battles was like through side battles with Prince of the Air, then actually going the David route and having cards like Prince Jonathan and Gates of Jerusalem to help against the Dom blocks would be the a good way to go, because otherwise they can just negate or use a Dom block against Simon, and um, after the side battle part has resolved. And so I don't know. I mean, I guess there's stuff like I Am He and Fishing Boat. Maybe that could help with that too. But
yeah. I was also thinking whether purple disciples would be also a thing.
yeah, yeah, I could do that. Just kind of splash in like Jotham and maybe Snatch Spear, and then be able to take The Lord Goes Before You from reserve to use it that way. Could work
Yeah,
too. I think that could fit pretty well in a purple offense, even if it's mostly disciples.
Yeah, I'm also trying to find something off meta. I would like to play as an offense, but was not yet very successful. So anti-gold would be kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to play more, but didn't make it or was not able to make it. Yeah, powerful enough.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I know we kind of talked, or we had kind of talked about the empty gold offense and some of the ways to speed it up. Did you end up using that in the last Lackey Grand Prix at all, or were you doing
Yeah,
Patriarchs still mostly?
yeah. I'm in the Grand Prix. I'm still using the Patriarchs, but I'm playing them for I don't know, nearly a year now,
Yeah.
and want to get something more. I'm also not so sometimes they are doing really well, and I did some tweaks for what Tyler recently posted with Isakar and out of their hands, maybe ideally getting it first turn.
Mm-hmm.
But on an average, they don't win a lot, at least not with me. Maybe with a better pilot, this offense can do better. Like if Jay plays them, or maybe another Guild Blue player. But in competition, so against good Clay staff or Joshua or Nativity, they have fall behind.
Um. Yeah. It was. I mean, I think the style that you're doing is kind of the style that I would like to play with the Patriarchs and like do the kind of hand control stuff with Issachar and out of their hands. And um, but yeah, I think you might be right that it's not quite as powerful as some of the other ways that people are building or playing it, like with Jay and um, I don't know. But I mean, even still, like Jay's deck has been kind of rated a little bit lower on like the meta forecast votes and that
Yeah,
kind of stuff. So it's yeah, I think it's a good like solid deck, and as far as just kind of being off meta, I think that's a uh, one of the better off meta decks, kind of other than Joshua, Nativity, Clay, that kind of stuff. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, it's still kind of gonna be a little subpar, I guess. Uh, on the
yeah. I
next
never tried
level.
a version with Malak also. This I did not yet try.
Mm. Yeah, I think the version that Jay was running with Malak and then having the discerning judgment in reserve as like an answer to foreign wives seemed pretty good. Um, have you looked at the Genesis deck that John Hendricks posted recently?
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, I don't know. That might be worth just trying out that list and seeing how you like it.
yeah. I had lots of questions regarding that one, but I think you need to know what you're doing if you're piloting that deck.
Yeah, yeah. It's
But it is very slow.
oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, I could see that. If I mean, as far as like getting out the heroes, I could see that happening or like being kind of quick. But the rest of it, yeah, maybe not not very fast. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I wish they had been able to record some of the games or something at Tennessee State so I could see it in action.
yeah. I also wanted to see it in action since it's a really interesting build.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
is he playing in the Lackey Grand Prix? I think so. Yeah.
I think
Or
so
no,
too.
no, I don't think he's in this one. Um, man, otherwise yeah. I guess I'll have to schedule a game with him some other time and get that deck on the channel.
Yeah, maybe this would be a good idea. Yeah, and also in the Rob M, he didn't sign in
Yeah, sure.
yet, but it has not yet started.
Yeah.
And um, yeah, what did you mention? What Jay had in reserve as an answer to Phone Wives, since there's nothing in blue?
Discerning judgment, I think. Yeah. The a silver enhancement from Israel's Inheritance. It's like discard an evil card regardless of protect. So since he had Malak, he would end the banning chain with Malak and then be able to pull that from reserve and be able to play it against foreign wives.
I can't find it. It has judgment in the name, right?
Yeah, discerning judgment. So DISC.
Okay. So judgment. Okay, without an E.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's I don't know why judgment is one of those words that I think can be spelled both ways, either with or without the E.
Yeah, I typed it with the E and it didn't show up, so I was really wondering. Yeah, that's true. That is an answer to wives. Yeah.
All right. Well, I got to get going here, but thanks for the game, and
Yeah, thank you too.
glad we were able to catch up a little bit and have a good one here. So,
Yeah, at the last, we were able to do that.
so, all right. We'll talk to you later. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, thank you. Have a nice weekend. Bye, Jaden.